are. Ah, I'm glad. Cleveland. I'm sorry. I just assumed that you had gone on because you had a program to get ready for.
Yeah, and one excited to be talking to you. I was a little mixed up with the time zones. Today I'm actually in the central time zone, so I ended up coming back in a little later. Once,
Oh,
once I realized the mishap.
yeah. What part of the country are you in?
Today I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay, all right. Sounds like you've been traveling a lot, so your time zones are really getting confused.
Yes.
And that's because of what you do, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Celebres and Rose? Did I say that right? Rose?
Celebrate on Rosé. It is French for celebrating pink. Our traveling rosé festival that'll be coming to the DMV area on next weekend, June 11th, and then 2 weeks after that, we'll be in Chicago on Saturday, June 25th.
Wow. Okay. So tell us what it is. I mean, I've seen a little bit, some video on it, but tell us what it is. It looks like it's a really uh, cool, sort of laid back, but fun event.
Yeah, it's great. Folks have really enjoyed it, and we've been doing it since 2018, and it's been traveling and adding new cities. We were just in Houston this past weekend, and it is a festival with themed attire. All of our guests wear pink, matching our kind of focal point, which is rosé. This year, we are featuring all Black-owned rosé wineries um,
Mm.
from across the country. And so we have rosé wines, fine rosé champagnes, rosé cocktails made out of the various wines and champagnes. It's a full music concert. So in DC, next week we'll have Tamia, we'll have Robin Thicke, we'll have DJ Jazzy Jeff performing, and then 2 weeks later over in Chicago, we will have MC Light, Robin Thicke, and Maya performing at that show as well.
So you do what, three different cities, or how many different cities do you do?
This summer we'll be doing four, and so we've done two of the four already. We've done Atlanta, a sold out crowd of about 3,500 people.
Wonderful.
We did our first one in Houston this past Saturday, which was about 2,500 guests. Our Washington, D.C. or DMV area event is sold out for the June 11th. We're looking for about at 7,000 guests at that one. And we have plenty of tickets available for our closing event in Chicago on Saturday, June 25th.
June 25th. Okay. I'm going to Chicago, but I don't think it's that weekend. Oh, but I, if I can work it, I might. um, but one of the things that struck me, though, you said Black-owned wineries,
Mhm.
that make rosé wineries. And you made it sound like, there's more than one. I mean, I know of a couple, but you mind mentioning some of them?
I'd be happy to. So there
Sure.
are not as many as there should be, but there are several. So we are working with three Black-owned wineries. The first is one that most of your listeners probably know, which is the McBride sisters, who own Black Girl Magic Wines.
Exactly.
They are now the largest Black-owned winery in the country.
Woohoo! Good for them.
Not only Black, but it's also women-owned. So literally Black Girl Magic. Next is Lafette de Rosé. It's a Black-owned winery backed by Chris Paul and some other notables. And then another one that we're working with is Michael Lavelle Wines, which is actually based out of Chicago.
Interesting. Yeah, my buddy, I have to give a shout out to Bernie over at Chat's Liquors on 8th Street. It's a Black-owned liquor store, second generation, and he always promotes Black-owned wine. So it's a good thing. So you're sold out at National Harbor. So we can't even tell our folks to attend.
That is correct. But we can't. What we are seeing is that folks take our event and make it a really special event, and we are seeing folks come in for the event from all over.
Okay.
So there are folks in the DMV area who went in the past or just are hearing about it, want to experience it. We invite them to make a weekend of it and spend a weekend with us in Chicago. We have an amazing kind of beachfront location right on Lake Michigan, which is beautiful. There's a lot of other things going on in Chicago that weekend. So we have plenty of tickets available for that one. And what we see is that obviously we did this event in DC last year over Labor Day weekend. We came out, we did a good show, folks enjoyed it, and they were enthusiastic about the return, which is how the event has ended up selling out so quickly.
And
So
you said 7,000?
yeah, we'll be looking at about 7,000 people in DC.
Amazing, amazing.
We,
And so, go
grateful.
ahead, go ahead,
We're
go
very
ahead.
grateful for the support in the DMV area.
So why did you create this event? What's its purpose besides, good fun, good wine, great people?
So we run a organization called Festivals for Good, and we create niche festivals that no one else is creating. And we look at festivals as a way of a couple of things. One, bringing people together and really celebrating togetherness. So that's one of the missions. Just the events in themselves is part of the mission. The secondary part of it is economic opportunity, like we're doing with these Black-owned wineries, like we're doing with the multitude of people it takes to pull off our festivals, from chefs and caterers and restaurants that's out there vending and security companies. How can we use our festival as a platform for economic opportunity? And then, if there are proceeds left from the events, I say that if because it's a high risk business, but when there are proceeds left, we do kind of micro granting throughout the year. So we've donated money to mentor organizations, schools, scholarship programs, summer camps, buying laptops for kids, all types of things. And so those are the three kind of pillars of what we do. The events themselves, bringing people together, economic opportunity, hiring people to work on the events, and then giving throughout the year. And then the concept of Rosé, everything we do is niche. We want to do things that are not just kind of a traditional music festival, or how can we take and create something that's unique and cool and pull it all together and something that folks won't have an opportunity to experience otherwise.
So those who attended last year here, what will be different this year?
Um, uh, so
The artists, I assume, are going to be different.
the artists are different. The offerings of rosés that we're featuring are different.
Are people able to purchase the wines, or do they just taste, or how does it
Yeah,
work?
yeah. So some tickets come with a bottle of wine. Some tickets come with various tastings of varietals of wine. Some folks will just kind of come into the event and kind of purchase as they go. So yes, the idea is that they will drink, consume, and enjoy these wines. And so not only are we kind of introducing folks to these Black-owned wines, but we are also ordering thousands of bottles of their wine to serve and sell to our guests. So again, that goes back to that economic opportunity. I mean, I think across our 4-city tour, we will probably go through about 20,000 bottles of wine from 3 Black-owned wine companies.
That's amazing. That is so amazing, and that is a great way of supporting Black-owned businesses. I love it. So, where are you based?
I am based out of New Orleans.
Okay, that's home for you.
Yes, that's home for me.
Okay, and why did you pick the DMV to bring the event?
Well, one of our philosophies is kind of producing in some of the largest cities in America with strong Black populations. And so obviously DC is one of the most prestigious cities in America with a strong Black population. You have Howard University there. So it matches the profile of cities we like to bring our concepts to.
And is it, I mean, it's not just Black people's event, though.
It is not. However, over the years, it has become largely African American.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we got it. We got to get some of those other folks to start buying our wines too, because it's just as good, if not better, than theirs. So,
I couldn't agree more. We are kind of inclusive, intentionally inclusive. So if you look at our talent lineup, is very broad. But what we have seen is that when we're on site, our guests are 85-90% of color and African American.
so my last question, which has nothing to do with anything, but have you seen a pink outfit that just really made you say, "Really"?
I see several every event. I see men in full. It had a gentleman at our Houston event last Saturday that had on a pink double-breasted suit with white buttons on it. He had on a white shirt and a pink and white tie. He looked amazing. We have women that come out in amazing pink dresses and gowns and tutus. So yeah, fashion is a big part of the event, and we were seeing some really great outfits out there.
So, our photo editor is on the other side saying, we need to come and take pictures. But so, how's this documented? I'm talking about Shevry, but how's this documented? Can people like see you have social media platforms, or how do you document the event?
Yes,
Where people can experience it even if they're not there. I could sip on some rosé and look at pictures.
Yeah, so our Instagram is the greatest representation of what to expect at our event, and we are celebrating rosé on Instagram, and also we're going to make sure you all get some media passes so you all can come out and capture some photographs and things like that for you all to share.
I'm getting ready to tell her to sit down now. She's jumping across the room, so see how excited she is. But thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But, we have photographers and videographers out at every event.
And so I want Shevry to put it up or put something up because, or is there a video that we were supposed to see? Yeah. Okay. So I think we're gonna close out now because I wanted to make sure people understood because it's CELEBREZ, right? Celebrate in rosé.
Yes.
Ooh, that was a French phrase that I used with a Spanish accent.
Yeah.
So talking about diversity from a Black girl. So
I love it.
it's all good. Thank you so much for being with us, Cleveland. I wish you much success. Next time you come back to DC, please check us out. And if I can get to, I got a lot of friends in Chicago. You missed the folks earlier on the show. Everybody was from Chicago. Right. So we'll continue to pass the word out and see if we can get those tickets sold out there as well.
Yes, please.
Okay, doke.
All right. Thank you all.
Oh, thank you. All right.